What up, fam? Or spirit fam. I'll say spirit fam. Spirit, all my spirit bros and sisters. My camera's probably like kind of messy from I'm running. What do I want to say? I got so much to say. So obviously, the George Floyd incident. I don't think I've made a video talking about it super directly. I've mentioned it in Instagram stories a couple times, but nothing. I mentioned it in my stand-up set, but yeah, the George Floyd killing really activated some people. Like people, things popped off clearly. I'm sure you know. And what do I want to say to that? So I've started a few Black Lives Matter presences through Facebook and other means. But the two major ones were Black Lives Matter Milwaukee and Black Lives Matter Taiwan. And I did quite a bit of organizing for Black Lives Matter Milwaukee back when I was living in the U.S. And man, this week has been crazy organizing for Taiwan. Like, I'm actually looking forward to taking some of the energy and resources here and like moving them to Minneapolis, moving them to Milwaukee, moving them to places that you know wherever people shit, Africa. Honestly, I guess I kind of wanted to. I'm gonna walk you guys through this temple a little bit. I had this strange thought this morning about religion and religious wars, and you can see the victor of religious wars in the churches that are present, right? So for a long time, Catholicism, for example, one of their prime objectives was to basically overtake nation states like that. They were actively, that was their thing. And it's funny, like what's going on with George Floyd and all the protests and everything now. I see this all as religious war, and really, religious wars are ideological wars, right? Religion basically provides a framework for getting in touch with that guy up there. No, getting in touch, like getting in touch with spiritual things, in the way you see fit. But it's not just that. It's also, it ends up being like a distribution method for open source code in a way, right? Like some religions are more open source than others, but this code provides a framework for how you perceive and interact with reality. And whether you're religious or not, religious in quotes, religion is people think they know what it means, but they don't. You know, I don't know, I went off on some tangent. Anyway, whether you're religious or not, you have an ideological construct for interfacing with reality, right? So anytime you see most conflicts, I would guess most modern conflicts aren't, they're not over food security or, all this kind of stuff. They're, driven by, shouldn't get into capitalism now, but maybe capitalism and ideology, basically. And I did all that as a setup because, like Taiwanese, dude, the Taiwanese people and Taiwanese temples, like, Taiwan is such a new, such a new country, like the current form of it, the current government. So people have like a really tight, direct connection. I like this dude because he's got the yin yang on his chest. They got they remember war and conflict super clearly, like it's super clear, right? And where am I going with that? They remember conflict super clear, and they are still in conflict, with China, and so there hasn't been this like moment of like, for any of the people in Taiwan, you know. But in the U.S., you know, maybe it's mostly white people, but not all white people. People like you get to an place where you just chilling watching Netflix. And don't get me wrong, people are here chilling watching Netflix too, but just conflict is more embedded into the social fabric. And then that gets, you know, when I talk about like religion and religious figures, it's interesting. I don't know, like the religions that win, but like there's oftentimes here we saw the yin yang, you know, this idea of peace. And look at this chick. She's just got a broadsword. Can you see it? It doesn't look like. Where? Oh, there's the sword. You see her? I'll get it from the back. Anyway, yin and yang, peace and war, violence, and you know, violence isn't bad. War isn't bad. Like you need, not that you need to be engaging in violence, but you need to have mastery over violence in order to maintain peace. Yeah, I guess that's it. I just like, I like that, you know, there's like a nice balance of peaceful things, and then like, you know, throwing down. Anyway, let me get back to my run. I got a long day today. The first Black Lives Matter Taiwan event is actually today, and then a bigger event is tomorrow. And there's much work to be done. All right, guys, love you. Stay safe. Stay rested. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your friends. Take care of your families. Check in on your black friends. They're I'm sure, you know, like, no matter how smiley and whatever they are, there's something on the inside that's just balled up in the fetal position, crying like, ah! Anyway, love you guys. Peace.